All right, welcome everyone to Campfire Chat number 3 with Grayson Rogers. And Grayson, thanks for coming on and hopping on, talking a little bit about the music industry and some of the stuff you're coming up with your next project and everything.
Of course, brother. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Happy to be here.
and also hi to everybody on Instagram that's watching us too. Be sure to check that out. Let me close this. I have like multiple audio going in my ear now. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about coronavirus and about kind of just you and your family's timeline. How did you start hearing about things? How did things start kind of unfolding for you?
Well, even before the coronavirus, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer back in August, I believe, or November. So we started to already kind of like stay inside and like quarantine even before all this kind of started happening. And so we were already kind of dealing with that and surgeries after surgeries. And then all of a sudden we were, watching the news already inside a bunch. And we just started hearing these rumblings. And of course, I'm guilty of like, I was the guy that was like, okay, like another virus that's going to go away, right? And
Right.
it just kind of kept on increasing. And it got to the point where the president shut down flights. And I think it became real to me whenever the NBA stopped their season. And I was like, oh, okay, this is,
Yeah.
I guess. And so,
yeah, I mean, that's kind of unprecedented. Like, I mean, sports has shut down. Everything is really shut down in response to this. I don't think that there's ever been a time that I've seen that in my own life.
yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts for sure. I'm obviously health and safety first, but I am definitely hoping for an NFL season.
Yeah. I think right now there's even thoughts of like, is it going to happen with nobody in the stadium, but they still air it, things like that. I think that that's kind of still up in the air. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So talk a little bit about how you adapted and how maybe you've even seen other people in the music industry adapt, because you're kind of quarantined in the house, not able to really go and do shows, I imagine. So what are some of the things that you've done to kind of adapt?
I think Nashville is definitely all shut down, and I don't really know when shows are going to come back, to be honest with you. I know I just saw some major artists even cancel their September shows and all 2020 tours completely. So I think it's definitely important to adapt, and if you don't, as a musician and artist, that's going to be not good. So yeah, we've been ramping things up as far as digital content and songs, recording music, and God has definitely blessed us with the ability to ramp things up when all this quarantine stuff started, which is crazy. You never know how he's going to work, right? So we're able to do the most we've ever done as far as content goes, and recording songs and doing music videos, and just doing your regular in the life kind of content. So we're doing a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of songs coming out on Spotify, and just a lot of cool stuff, merch ideas, and Facebook and Instagram contests. And we're just trying to figure out anything we can to stay relative and present during this time where live events and live shows for artists are probably going to be non-existent for quite a while.
Yeah. I imagine it gives you a time to really connect, though, with folks. I mean, through social media, things like that, and things like going live on Facebook and Instagram. I've seen a lot of people going live lately, and so I think that aspect of it almost feels like you're coming together closer with like fans or just people in your life in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always been a huge social media guy as far as connecting with my fans and stuff like that. But this whole thing has definitely brought it to a new level, which is good. And I appreciate it. And with nothing without fans anyway, you can't. That's why you make that's why you make music, right? Is for people to listen to it. So I definitely appreciate all of them for hanging with me all that. So yeah.
Yeah. So has it been a source of inspiration for you, just writing and things like that? I mean, you find yourself indoors a little bit more. Do you find yourself writing a lot more? Or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot more ideas coming. A lot of writing sessions have been canceled as well because either people don't want to do FaceTime or
Mm,
uh, Zoom sessions with people they don't know.
yeah.
But I am writing regularly on FaceTime with my circle that I've been writing with for a long time. So
Nice.
the vibe is very important in a writing room, and so
Yeah.
I get that why people don't want to do FaceTime with people they don't know. It's you don't really
Sure.
get in person first interaction. You know what I mean? So, but
Mm,
I have been writing still with my circle on FaceTime and getting a bunch of songs in and excited
nice.
about all of them. Yeah.
So what's been the biggest challenge that you've noticed in terms of, as a musician or even just you and your family? What have you found as the biggest challenge?
Um, the biggest challenge for sure, as far as music goes, and the artist's life, is just the obvious. Everything's shutting down, and we don't know when it's going to start again. And also, the music game is a big network game, right? So you
Mm,
have to be able to network and meet people and all that, and you can't really do that right now. So you have to definitely rely on the contacts that you have, and I think that's a good thing though, because you get to build relationships with those contacts rather than worrying about the
hmm
next one. Um, so as far as music goes, definitely that, and then just as life, I've been okay for the most part, but I have starting to get a little stir crazy to the point where I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, it's time to go do something. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just opened up the parks here in Nashville, so me and my wife
Nice.
went hiking, and we went to Charleston, South Carolina this past weekend to see my best friend.
Nice.
So we've been able to get out a little bit. So that's been it's been much needed.
Yeah, yeah, we're just now this weekend going to see my parents that we've not seen since December, and so my kids are like super excited to go see them finally. We're also dropping them off with them for longer, and we're coming back by ourselves. So I'm like, much needed some rest there for sure.
Yeah, it's been
Uh,
where are you guys at now?
I'm in Arkansas, Hot Springs,
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
So
Yeah,
everything's shut down still there, or?
yeah, yeah. It's, I mean, some of the shops are open back up now, and like a lot of the mall is open back up. But there's just a lot of people, and especially in Hot Springs, Arkansas, it's more of a retirement community. So I think they were more on guard, during
Yeah,
that time, just because of the effect that it has on the older group of people. But I think things are starting to, now it's what's next, I think, is the big question that a lot of people are wondering, and especially for schools. It's interesting because now we're starting to hear rumors of maybe we go part-time, the kids go part-time to school and part-time, or they swap out, like
hmm.
some kids go on this day, others on this day. And I think that's a really interesting dynamic, because I think that's going to change a lot in terms of how people are able to work in that type of situation.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
how I mean for the foreseeable future, or?
Uh, that's the question, I like this. Honestly, it does, like coronavirus and COVID-19, or it just really seems like a monumental shift in the world and how it operates. And I think one of the things that we discovered was that we can operate distantly. Like, we have the tools and we have technology, and there's still great times to have in person, obviously, but it's also doable from far away as well. Yeah.
Right.
What have you found to be kind of the surprisingly good things that have come out of this whole event?
Um, I think the ability to spend time with family, um, it puts things in perspective. I feel like for me, like, even just as simple as like things hanging out with friends and being able to just say, text them that night and be like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow night or tonight? Um,
Mm,
I think it's easy to take for granted those kind of things, and so that's definitely hit me, is like during all this, we haven't been able to do that. So I'm like, man, I miss friends. You know what I mean? Like I miss these people. I miss hanging out. So it's definitely a new appreciative of hanging out and just the people around you. You know.
Yeah, and I think that's also like for us. I think one just really getting to have time with Courtney and the kids and everything like has been really nice. I work from home anyway, and so I'm kind of already here. And it was a challenge, but I think that once we figured out the kind of schedule, it was able to work. We kind of found our new normal there.
Right.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your new song, kind of the story behind Ringside.
Yeah. Ringside is, man, it was an unplanned release, to be honest with you. I had written this song about 2 years ago and recorded it about 2 years ago. So we've been holding on for a minute, and we weren't even sure if we were going to use it, to be honest with you.
Really?
But we started to record and plan new releases for the foreseeable future with new songs, and just the state of the world and where we're at right now, and the songs after Ringside. I just felt like Ringside made sense to release before all these other songs that I'm releasing, and also makes sense for the time that we're in. And so it wasn't fully done. So literally a few weeks ago, I said, hey, let's finish this song. And so I called up the producer that produced it, and he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And so we got the little loose ends that needed to be tied up. We got it mastered and submitted it. And then it releases tonight at midnight.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So then what's coming up for you during the rest of this? Do you think that you'll have live shows again later this year, maybe, or like what's kind of coming up the pipe?
As for me, just a lot of new releases, a lot of new songs, a lot of new material coming out, and a lot of official music videos, which I'm excited about.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited about them. As far as live shows, I personally am not sure if there'll be any more live shows in 2020, and just because of the fact that the major artists canceled their tours for the remaining of the year. I think when major players like that make a move like that, I think everything else falls in the same place, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. I mean, live shows are my favorite thing, you know, performing is my favorite thing to do. So it's definitely a bummer. So, but you know, that's why you have social media and everything else. You can play your own show whenever you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to kind of dig into or chat about before you've got the new single coming out tonight at midnight? And I think you said like every about 6 weeks or so, you've got something coming out. Is that right?
Yeah. So this song Ringside comes out tonight at midnight. It is available for pre-save and pre-ad right now. I'm trying to push those. Those are kind of important in the music industry. So if you use Spotify or Apple Music, be sure to go find the link and pre-save and pre-add that for me. We're doing pretty well on that campaign, so I'm excited about that. And then, just like you said, just a bunch of new stuff coming, new songs coming out every 4 to 6 weeks on Spotify and Apple Music and everything like that. But the easiest way to find all my content is probably my website, graysonrogers.com, and up top it has all the music platform links, so you can just click on the icon and it'll take you right to my profile on that platform, as well as YouTube as well. So a lot of new stuff. Excited about it, and looking forward to getting it out.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, let's throw up that URL just for everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Cool. Well, Grayson, I really appreciate you taking the time. This has been really fun, and I'm super excited for the rest of the music coming out too.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. We'll see everybody on Instagram, everybody on Facebook, YouTube. You'll have a good one.
All right, brother.